literally spilled it all out there, right, Kev? She's definitely gonna be the next big thing. It was just so surreal. The next day, I come out and bird crap all over the same spot.
Gloria Crusade.
I talked about it in my first video, but I didn't really talk about it, if you know what I'm talking about. What? I'm talking about how this man right here completely changed my life after he discovered me as a singer and encouraged me to finally pursue my dreams. This gentleman sitting next to me is my neighbor, Kevin Lockerroom. Kevin Lockerroom was the first person to ever hear me sing. It was by pure accident too.
But how did Kevin Lockerroom overhear me sing? And how was he able to convince me to start my singing career when I've been scared to take that first step my entire life?
That's what we'll be covering, guys, and I'm super excited for you to hear Kevin Lockerroom tell the story in his own words for the first time since it actually happened. Let's jump in. So the story really begins back when I was just in 5th grade. One day I was eating taquitos, I was watching MTV, and I remember very vividly the song Most Girls by Pink came on. I loved her singing, I loved her dancing, but most of all, man, I loved how badass she was. Boxing that one chick, working out. By the time the final chorus came in, I realized I wasn't eating my taquitos anymore. I literally just had one of them in my hand and was using it as like a microphone, and I was kind of singing along to the song. And that's the moment right then when I knew I wanted to be a famous singer like Pink. So here I was, a very young girl with very big dreams. And keep in mind, like, this was like Y2K. There's no YouTube, no social media, none of that stuff existed yet.
That's around the time when hummus first started getting popular, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, actually.
Yeah, because I don't even think I even knew what it was in the 90s.
Anyways, if you wanted to be a singer back then, you needed like studio time, you needed a manager, basically you just needed money. So yeah, that was my plan, guys. I scrapped together some cash so I'd be able to record a demo album, send that off to record labels, and yeah, I'd be on my way. Now when YouTube came along, definitely saw people were starting to make it that route, but I always told myself, Gloria, you know, just stick to the script, get that money, get that demo recorded, it'd be a lot more professional, you'd be taken a lot more seriously, you know what I'm saying? Looking back, I realized that was all just an excuse, right? I was using money as an excuse to avoid getting started because I just wasn't confident enough in myself at that time. So yeah, that's basically where my head was at before Kevin Lockerroom discovered me. So Kev, I'll let you take it away from here.
All right, hello. I'm Kevin Lockerroom. I'm Gloria's neighbor. So one day, I noticed a whole bunch of bird crap on the side of my house. So I get my hose and I like hosed it down. I figured that was the end of it. And then the next day I come out and bird crap all over the same spot. So I look up and I see a giant bird's nest in the gutter on the side of my house. So I go in my garage, I grab the ladder, I climb up to move it to a different spot so it doesn't crap all over the place again in the same spot. So I'm up there on the ladder and I hear singing coming from Gloria's house next door. And I guess she had the window cracked open a little bit because it was a hot day, so I could hear it pretty clearly, and her voice sounded excellent. And that was it.
Do you remember what I was singing?
Was it Smooth Operator?
Smooth operator, yeah.
Yeah, it was. So a couple of days later, I'm coming home from the grocery store and I see Kevin Lockerroom outside taking out the trash. Kevin walks over to me. I assume he's just coming to say hi, but then he says that he overhears me singing. I was so embarrassed when Kevin Lockerroom first told me that, wasn't I? Huh?
Yeah, you're pretty embarrassed.
Yeah. I mean, this was literally the first time anyone's ever heard me singing, so to know that someone actually heard me sing, I definitely had my guard up. But Kev actually told me I sounded good. So I was like, oh wow, that made me feel amazing because, right, this is the first feedback I'm getting from anyone. And on top of that, that's coming from Kevin Lockerroom, who is a talented musician in his own right. It was just so surreal, you know? From there, Kev started prying away at all the things that I told him that was holding me back. Those were all excuses, and Kev pretty much debunked all of them.
Right.
Well, all of this was just so much to take in, so I was still a bit hesitant. But then there was one thing Kevin Lockerroom said. It was towards the end of our conversation. Do you remember?
No, I don't.
You just finished convincing me that you'd be on board to help me out, through this whole process. And guys, I'll never forget what Kevin Lockerroom said. He said, together, I think me and you can really Bonnie and Clyde this industry. Man, after you said that, I was like, hell yeah, Kevin Lockerroom. Let's do this. Let's really Bonnie and Clyde
this industry.
Exactly. And that's what we've been doing ever since, right, Kev?
Yeah.
Before I go, I just want to thank Kevin Lockerroom again. Kev, thank you so much. You've truly changed my life. I probably never go forward and have the courage to start pursuing my career if it wasn't for you. So thanks again. I really appreciate it.
Hey, it's been my pleasure, Gloria, and this definitely beats watching reruns of Frasier. Trust me. Can I say something else?
Yeah, of course, Kev.
I just want to say Gloria is the hardest worker I've ever met. She's been practicing nonstop. She's constantly honing her craft, and I know it's really going to pay off. You guys are going to want to follow and subscribe to this woman because she's definitely going to be the next big thing. Trust me.
Gosh, Kevin Lockerroom, you're gonna make me cry over here. Oh my goodness. Gotta love Kevin Lockerroom, man. This dude is the nicest man ever. Let's get it, Kev. Let's really Bonnie and Clyde this industry.